In the build-up to your last fight, you did say that you were going to donate your purse to charity. What's happened?
Do you know what? Before we start with all this,
yeah.
I don't want to be known as a do-gooder. I don't do charitable things to get a pat on the back. What I do with my money is my own business. So that's it. I'm not here to get a pat on the back or anything like that. Oh, he's a do-gooder, he's a great person. Because I ain't. I'm just a normal sinner like everybody else. So what I do in my personal life isn't professional. So we'll leave that one, Coogan.
Okay.
And if I was a do-gooder, I'd tell you all the ins and outs of it all, wouldn't I? But because I'm not interested. I don't want no glory. What I do for glory is between me and God, not between me and the public.
No, I know that.
Hello all you hardcore boxing fans out there, how you doing? It's Porky here. Right, straight in with it. Email from Jeremy. If you could say where you're from, Jeremy, next time, instead of, but well written and not one spelling mistake, which is good. Porky, what's the best fight you've seen live? Best fight I've seen live? I don't know, I thought Froch Pascal were a good fight. For the first 8 rounds, the Froch put his foot on pedal end, didn't he? He always finishes like a steam train. Froch Groves won for 2 reasons really. The first time I've ever been that close to the ring, and I was ringside, and I was sat behind Andy Lee and TYSON Fury, and Andy Lee had a tracksuit on that on back of it said Andy Lee, his name. But Rocky? What were amazing about it were when Froch got dropped in round 1, everybody stood up and went and when you've got 20,000 people go like that, I've never seen that before, shock, of him getting dropped, he's shocked. And then the Groves onslaught for 6 rounds, God. But all the way through it I kept saying, he'll get it, he'll nail him and he'll run out of steam. But after round 6 I thought, God, when's Groves going to tire here? And he was really tired after round 6. Yeah, he was firing back on that, but I could see Carl, when Carl Froch gets that, when he gets that swagger, he goes like that a bit. Like that. He had that swagger look, and because Carl can be quite arrogant, can't he? But don't forget, he's also selling the fight, isn't he? Now in person, he's not always like that if he gets to know you, but he's very guarded if he don't know you. Very, very guarded, Carl. But he had that swagger about him that. That I've seen. Obviously I've studied him at length for years. I mean, I used to do all statistics for him, his punch stats, and send him and tell him how many punches he'd thrown and if it were dropping and things like that. There's little things like that, stuff that he probably missed himself, and I did that for years from McGee fight onwards. For years, from probably 05, 04 onwards. Maybe 05. I think he were, before he won British, he was Commonwealth champion when I really started. I've been to a few of his fights, but when I really started emailing and text messaging and stuff. But he, well, that fight, yeah. I think Froch Groves won. Froch Boutte were alright, but it wasn't a long fight, wasn't it? It was basically a massacre, wasn't it? But beforehand, he had such a reputation, didn't he, Boutte? He were pound for pound number 10, and he were regarded as the man, wasn't he? 10 title defences, and all them title defences. 10's a lot, isn't it? 10. How many people get to 10 title defences? Not many, is there? But yeah, Mike Tyson. They said Mike Tyson's were a reign of terror, didn't they? Well, How many title defences did he have before Buster Douglas beat him? I think that were about 10, were it? Something like that. You'd have to check that. And if that were a reign of terror, Butte's must have been a reign of terror. Clinton Woods was a world champion as long as Mike Tyson were. But Mike Tyson was such a phenomenon that they fitted loads of defences in, didn't they? In that period of time, whereas Dennis Hobson didn't fit that many in for Clinton. But they both reigned for 3 years, 2 months. Or 3 years, 3 months. I think Clinton Woods and Mike Tyson both reigned for 39 months. But look how many fights Don King got out of Mike Tyson to how many Dennis got out of Clinton. Little statistic for you there. But yeah, Froch Groves won. Probably edgy seat fight that was. Edgy seat. But Froch Pascal won, but for different reasons. Is the this is a rude question, so I'm not going to read that one out. I've thought about it now. I'm not going to give the troll satisfaction. Or this other one about Eddie Hearn. We're a bit more professional, aren't we, nowadays here at Porky's Corner. Plus it'll save me getting an ear bashing from NJ. Why is Paulie Malignaggi always going on about Andre Ward? Well, probably because aren't they, wasn't they colleagues or something, or with the same TV company, or I'm not sure. Or is Paulie Showtime? I don't know, I've seen them sat together behind ring many a times with the microphones on there. Are they different company? Showtime, HBO? No, HBO is not around no more, is it HBO? So I'm not sure. I don't know, probably because they're American. Paulie Malignaggi is always championing the cause for Andre Ward, but I've got an Andre Ward video coming out next weekend. I hope you're all going to watch it. Be interesting to see response. I have a good idea what the response will be, but watch out for my Andre Ward video next week. All you Andre Ward fans, I hope you're going to send it to Andre Ward on Twitter. So Andre Ward, you know, he's well, I'm not going to say it, you just have to watch the video. Let's have a look where I'm at now. Oh, here we go. Russ, what is the most anticipated fight? Russ, what is the most anticipated fight you watched but wasn't there? And what was the most anticipated fight you was there? Well, I've just been more or less just told you that, haven't I think Butte was the more anticipated than the Froch Groves, but actual being there, Froch Groves won, were edgy seat stuff. Barry McGuigan against the Yuzo Pedrosa, I think was the most anticipated fight that I've seen on TV, because I was 14 when I was 85 that. Yeah, I'd have been 14-year-old, and I remember at the time there were about 19 million people watched it. We used to play football on this field, they used to call it the field, on a Saturday afternoon, and everybody went home to watch it. You know, everybody went home to watch it, and I watched it with my dad, my granddad, and my uncle. We all watched it. My granddad and my great uncle, sorry, my granddad and my great uncle who lived at Leeds. I think they both lived at Leeds at the time. And my dad and me and my brother all watched it. And I think at the time we had a colour telly. I think we not long had a colour telly then, which was a big thing, wasn't it? 1985. But yeah, yeah, I remember it. Yeah, I remember it. I watched it on colour TV at home. Back it were on BBC One. I think it was BBC One. Barney Eastwood won it. I remember it, yeah. Queen's Park Rangers by McGuigan. That guy was pound for pound, wasn't he? Were it best in the world. I think it was between him and Marvin Hagler who were the pound for pound kings, wasn't it, back in them days. Don't quote me on that, you probably have to go look at that. But as regards the weight division, Montini's 20th defence, Pedrosa 19th, 20th defence. They said he were unbeatable, didn't they? But they got him at the right time, didn't they? With weight, he was struggling with weight at that age of his career and that, but he were a masterful boxer. It'd be like Amir Khan beating Crawford, wouldn't it? Or it'd be like somebody coming through and beating Crawford in about 5 years. You know, when he's had that longer reign. Yeah, that was what it'd probably be like. That'll probably what it'd be like. It'd be like Conor Benn beating Crawford in 5 years. There you go. Conor Benn to fight Crawford at welterweight in 5 years, and Crawford goes another 5 years undefeated, and Conor Benn clips him. Barnet Football Club ground or Leighton Orient, something like that, I suppose, or I don't know, even QPR or something. Conor Benn or Josh Kelly to beat Crawford in 5 years if he's undefeated. That's how it were, because McGuigan wasn't the favourite, but what he did, oh God, Barry McGuigan were a superstar back in the day, megastar, and he had it all. And I don't know who had him fight in a desert, take his world title to fight in a desert in 120-degree heat in a 15-round fight. I don't know whose idea that were. I don't know. But he had a travelling army with him. Ricky Hatton of his day. He had really big hands and he could punch. He was a very, very, very hard puncher for his weight. But I think that was most anticipated. Right, which brings me to Tyson Fury. The Tyson Fury interview on IFL. In space of 24 hours it's done 200,000 views. He's a phenomenon now, isn't he, Tyson? But when you delve closely into it, I think I've got something wrote down on a piece of paper here, 2 seconds. Have a look. 11 minutes. Right, Tyson, right? Tyson put a tweet out, didn't he? Saturday morning. Tyson's tweet, why say that on a Saturday 5 days after going quiet at a presser? Right. Tyson's had a press conference Monday. We all know what went on, don't we? And I'm not slagging him or anything like that. I'm dealing in facts which you get off the internet. And anybody at home who wants to go and do what I'm doing, go and put yourself out, go and get a camera, go register at Company House and go on YouTube and say what I'm saying. Instead of being critical, I'm just dealing facts. I don't make stuff up. It's all out there. You've just got to know how to get it. Tyson's put a tweet out and he said, you know, that Wales a shithouse, blah 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 and all that. Why didn't he say all this on Monday at the press conference? Because on Monday they were talking, we don't know what we're doing and all this. And now in the space of 5 days it's gone to, well, Wilder's a shithouse if he don't fight me and I want him next and all that. Why didn't they say that on Monday? I don't know, you have to ask yourself. Why be quiet for 13 days after being offered 50-50? 13 days before they're starting shouting, and now they were offered 40-60. So now what, 50-50? They gave them the 50-50 and then they went quiet for all that period of time. Now they're saying he's a shithouse and they want him next. Well, they've been offered 50-50 and then last night he said in that IFL interview that they want it to go to purse bids. Well, why would you want it to go to a purse bid? Because the WBC is saying if it goes to purse bids, you're only going to get 40%. So I don't get that. Do you get that? Because I don't. I think he's just got to come out and say it all and then no matter what Wilder says, if Wilder calls his bluff and say, yeah, I'll have it, they can then say, well, you're going to have to come to ESPN. Why would Showtime work with ESPN? Al Heyman can't stand Bob Arum. He can't stand it. He can't. This is how I look at it, right? This is how I look at it. There's that many boxers out there now trying to be promoters on social media. They're trying to be promoters on social media. They're trying to get on IFL and get themselves out there and promote themselves. Too many boxers nowadays are more concerned with promoting themselves than actually going to the gym. Dave Allen, he's one for example, isn't he? Do you think that Dave Allen spends more time on IFL and boxing social and social media than he spends in the gym? Do you? Because I do. And I've told Davey what I think. Dennis Hobson told Dennis when he were up at Dennis's when I were there. No, I'd not met Dennis then actually when he'd left, but I know that when Dennis had David, that he said, David, your job's to train. You get paid a wage every week, your job's to go to gym. You're getting paid to go to the gym. I'm a WIT programme here. I'm going to pay you a wage every week to go to the gym. Yes, I'll have that. It's like getting paid to play football. Now, David's overdone the social media thing and he's getting himself out there. It's because he's like up here and his boxing's down here. It needs to be about there, doesn't it? Boxing needs to be up here, and you see where I'm coming from? You do, don't you? You know what I'm saying is right, because experts in game have told me now. Too many boxers are trying to be promoters. They're trying to promote themselves on social media, and they need to concern themselves with getting fit and getting in shape, or fighting somebody. Now, Tyson Fury, when all said and done, he's beat 2 world champions. One had a belt, Vladimir, and he was 40. The other one was Steve Cunningham, a cruiserweight, and that was life and death. I'm dealing in facts. But he beat both of them, so well done. He beat Cunningham in New York, Vladimir in Germany, and he drew with Wilder, didn't get the decision. We're dealing in facts. I thought he beat Wilder, but we're dealing in facts before people start jumping down my throat. My advice is concentrate on your career, is my advice. That's what I'm saying. But like I said, he beat Vladimir in a mandatory decision. That's the facts. But I mean, if you look at Tyson's record, a closer look at his record reveals. They say he's this boxing god, but is he? Is he? I don't know. If he were a boxing god, it'd be. They said Wilder was done in a heartbeat, didn't they? The first fight. Oh, it was done in a heartbeat. Now what's the problem? They're in the same situation as the Heartbeat. Remember heartbeatgate.com? Well, we're in the same situation as that now, aren't we? Look at these here posting leaflets. Pizza! Another one for pizzas. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right. Now that we've got rid of Pizzagate. Now, done in a heartbeat. Nothing has changed since then. Tyson's still not got a belt. Wilder's still the WBC champion. The only thing that's changed is they've had a fight and they couldn't decide who the winner were, the judges. But Tyson's now getting 50%, whereas he got nowhere near that before. So just go and fight him, Tyson. Just go and fight him. I don't want to hear about big dosser, shithouses, 70, 30, 60, 40, 40, 60, 50, 50. It's done me head in! Just fight. Just fight him. Same goes to you, Wilder. Go fight him. Wilder, you got beat first time, so correct it. You don't want that on your record, a question mark, do you? Go and correct it. This is the worst era of heavyweight boxing since Marciano's reign, or are these guys, are the top guys today, have they got no minerals? Well, you'd have to say Tyson's got minerals, wouldn't you, because he's been to people's back gardens, hasn't he? Steve Cunningham, Vladimir Klitschko, Wilder, so he's got minerals. Wilder's not been to UK to fight a top guy yet. He fought Audley Harrison, but I don't count that. Joshua, he's going to America, but look who he's fighting. He's fighting Butterbean with a sunbed anyway and an afro. Now, wouldn't it be a shame if we had the top guys nowadays, Tyson, Wilder, Joshua, if we've got them three guys not fighting each other, all fighting stiffs, all on different TV stations and all hiding behind the TV stations, because that's what it basically is, isn't it? It's hiding behind the TV stations. Wouldn't that be a shame? Now, fair play to Kugan Cassius. He's pulled Tyson about the 50-50 offer, and he also pulled him about the cheque, the £7 million given to a charity in the USA. And Tyson said he doesn't have to explain himself. But when it's come out there now, why can't you just say, well, yeah, I did give it to charity. I didn't want to talk about it, but this is the charity that I gave it to. And then what they do then, they'd have a follow-up, TV stations, because I know two reporters who were sitting on this story, and they've actually got a TV channel waiting to go and see this thing that Tyson's done, this 7 million. They want to go to a film about it and see what the Tyson Fury money has done for this charity. And they want to praise Tyson about it, but all of a sudden Tyson has got a touch of morality and he didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to be known as a do-gooder. Now, personally, and I'm going to go on record and saying this, and nobody dare say it, I don't believe anybody in the world would do that and not want praising for it, because it's a good thing. Why, when people want to praise you for that, would you want to push it away and put barriers up? So I don't believe it, and that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. I don't believe it. Now, I'm saying come out and show us that you give it us, and let's all praise you for it. Because if you've done this, you deserve a knighthood. You deserve an MBE or an OBE, or it's a fantastic thing. And only Tyson knows if he's done it, if he's been advised wrong, because there's an old saying, isn't there? Once you've told a lie, you have to tell another one, don't you, to get out of it. And the lie becomes massive then, like a burden. So you can either cut it off dead at the beginning or come clean. But the longer it goes on, that'll follow him around for the rest of his career now. Because when you play a dangerous game with media, when you come out with things, very, very dangerous games, it always comes back to bite you in the arse. But we're going to go with the narrative that Tyson gave him the money, 7 million, in another country, and he didn't want to be a do-gooder. Now, Coogan pulled him about it, then he sort of backtracked when he got put in his place. He also pulled him about the 50-50 offer. He didn't want to talk about that, so I don't know what that is. We might get to find out about it one day, but I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. But you know, Tyson said he wanted the clean sweep, didn't he? He wanted the WBC belt. He said, I want the WBC belt. Now, he's got the English, Irish, Commonwealth, British, European, 4 world title belts, Ring Magazine belt, and he's been fighter at year. All achieved at the age of 27-year-old, 25-0, 18 by knockouts. That was the first career. We're now in the second career, but that was the first career. And he said, I want the WBC belt for the clean sweep. That's why they made that fight in a heartbeat. Well, they're not making this one in a heartbeat, are they? Why not? You want the clean sweep. Money cut shouldn't be a problem, because you give it to charity anyway. I'm only saying what Eddie Hearn's saying, but the difference is I'm liable to get criticised for it, aren't I really? But it's water off a duck's back to me now, criticism. I can handle it a lot better than I used to. Because I'm only going on what people have said and done, aren't I? I'm not saying Tyson ain't a masterful boxer, but when you put yourself out there, like I said on social media, you're there to be shot at. You can't all of a sudden put yourself out there telling us everything, telling us about depression and driving at bridges at 190 miles an hour, losing 10 stone, and going through hell and wanting to kill yourself, and then telling us about big charity donations and then not wanting to talk about it. You can't tell us something and then put barriers up when you're questioned about it, when you can open up about all the other stuff. I don't get that. That's why, until I see proof, I'm a bit sceptical. And I'm going to give my opinion now. I don't believe it. I think Tyson's big-hearted, and I think he wanted to do it, and I think that maybe he got talked out of it and they're trying a PR job on it. That's what I think. But I'm not saying he ain't generous or big-hearted. Whenever I've met him, he's always been kind. The first time I got to speak to Tyson properly, and Jimmy had been sparring, and he said, "Here, we take these gloves off." I was like, and then he told me a great story about a guy who's from my area who's died now, but he fought for world title. Bruce Woodcock, he fought at heavyweight for world title. If you go on Box Rec and check, fought Lee Savold, and winner we're going to fight Joe Lewis. Now, oh, that reminds me, but this story is a great story actually. Yeah, this story is a great story. They broke down on North Bridge. Bruce Woodcock and his mates broke down on North Bridge in 1950s, and they had to push this card up at North Bridge near HMP Doncaster, or Donkey Trash Prison. And the funny story about it is what Tyson told me, is I've told this before, that everybody were watching him, it was Saturday night, they broke down dressed, they were all dressed as women with heels on and stuff like that, all going out on town dressed as women. It's a true story, that. Bruce Woodcock, yeah, British Commonwealth European champion, 13 stone 84 at Bruce. But Tyson will know that story because he's an historian, and I think somebody in his wife's family told me, because she lives in Doncaster like me, Paris. Well, she's from Doncaster. But like I said, great fighter Tyson. Sometimes though you can take bad advice and that, but I wish him all the best and hope he smashes Wilder, because he beat him first time. Terry Fox, thank you very much. He's the author of Battling Turpin, a book about Jack Turpin. He sent me this in. How's about that? Joe Lewis, Randolph, Dick and Jack Turpin and Joe Lewis. So you got the three Turpin brothers and Joe Lewis there. Isn't that a great picture? I'm going to get that framed and put it on my wall. Thank you very much, Terry. You've been a good mate to me. Thank you very much. That's really nice. I appreciate that. That'll be getting framed. Thanks very much. Thank you very much. So I think that's about it really. It's very easy to get offended with things that people can say on here. This is YouTube, social media, but like I said, all these videos that go out, there's a delay on them because we don't get them out straight away, because they have to be checked. They have to be checked, otherwise you can get into trouble, or you get... It's not so much YouTube getting on your case, it's other people. So these videos are checked before they all go out. That's why sometimes there's a slight delay on them. They have to be watched by my business partner before they go out, because we want to do it properly, so that you, the fans, can get to hear good stuff. But I'm only going on about what other people have said and done. I deal in facts. So, alright, sometimes it's harsh, but in boxing, it's a sport not like any other. Alright, so try not to be offended, try not to have nightmares. Alright? We're not robbing old ladies or robbing banks or burgling houses, are we? We're just talking boxing and about things all related to boxing. Alright, so peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. It's a great sport. And this week was a treat for you all. I'm going to London to interview somebody who's a legend. A legend. Alright? It's a legend. So I hope you're going to enjoy that video. Alright? Because I'm now going to go upstairs and finish this Legends book, which I've already read ages ago, but just to refresh my memory and jot some questions down, because I want to do it professionally. And then it's all going to be edited and put onto a video, and it's going to be a long one, this one. So tune in. It might be a couple of hours long, this one, so it's a treat for you all. Alright? A real treat. No part 1, part 2s, it'll be straight out there. Alright, but I've got to do groundwork. Preparation is key, so I'm doing the groundwork now. So tune in for this video. It's going to be episode 1 of Boxing Royalty. And there's about 6 or 7 people going to do it with me so far. So they'll all want to do it after this one, I hope. If not, well, we can only try, can't we? We'll keep chipping away. If we can't get in through the front door, I can assure you we'll get in through the back door, because we don't need a press pass here at Porky's Corner. Alright. Ta-ta. Like that, eh? How's about that? Joe Lewis and Turpin Brothers, get in there. Have a look. 29 minutes 40. We're smashing it today. Smashing it.
I go to shows now, there's 700 people there screaming there's only one Tyson Fury. What a difference a year can make. And I suppose the message to people who are suffering with mental health would be what a difference a year can make. And if you truly want to do something in your life, it's very possible, because I'm living proof that anything can be done and anything can be achieved. Because for those who would have seen me a year ago, they would have known I was 28 stone, and today I'm about 18 stone 4 in the shape of my life. I was on the verge of suicide on a daily basis, didn't want to live anymore, didn't have no motivation, but it can be, you can win against this thing. The depression and all that side of stuff, it never goes away, but you can learn to manage it with the right help. So the word of the day would be seek medical help immediately, and we can get over this as a team. I'll continue to post inspirational videos and keep everyone updated on my mental health scene. We can do it as a team. Fantastic.